So KPIs for video have to change. In a lot of cases, whether you're a brand or an agency or someone in charge of buying video, it's based on some sort of volume metric. It's based on number of impressions you buy. It's based on cost. It's based on the lower the cost, the better. It's typically based on how many people you reach, things like that, which is good and understandable because it comes from our TV days. Problem with online is there's a lot of bad quality out there, and in some cases fraud. There's a lot of fraud. So if you're only judged on volume, you're going to run into a situation where you're almost incented to buy fraud. Not that anyone's out there trying to buy fraud, but when you're told that 30 of your inventory is fraudulent and you've got a number you've got to hit that's based on volume, it's a scary proposition. So what we really need to do is ideally tie buying a video to some sort of sales metric or some sort of positive ROI. That's hard to figure out, but the very least is we need to make sure that we're taking quality into those metrics. And I think that'll happen, but it's going to take a little while, and it's really ultimately, at the end of the day, it's on the brand and the team that's spending the dollars to recognize that not every dollar spent is equal, so quality is actually more important than quantity. And by the way, it's across the industry, and unfortunately that's been that way since 2000, and there's a lot of old metrics that we need to replace. Yeah, so viewability right now, for the most part, is just making sure that the ad is seen. So there's a lot of people who are finding out that the inventory they purchased in the past isn't seen at the level they thought. So it's making sure that all inventory at least has a chance to be seen. But that's not the future. Hopefully that's table stakes soon. I mean, as a buyer, right, you'd hope that that's the very least you're going to get. Ideally, what we do is we start to understand not just one impression, how long it was seen, but over the life of a campaign, how long each targeted user saw or was exposed to an ad. So in other words, we call it the consumer ad experience. How long would a brand's consumer be exposed over a month, over a quarter, over a year? And that's really important for a brand. We talk to a lot of brands, and brands ultimately want to develop a relationship with these consumers and being able to understand, did the consumers see the ad, how often, which ads, how do they respond? This is really important information. So we're really working on that right now. And there's then the next piece, which is ideally you take that data and you tie it to some sort of action. If it's ideally a purchase of products in the store, could be something that happens online, it could be showing some sort of interest. We see sometimes if someone sees an ad, the next time they see a video, they'll watch the full video. So there's that connection. There's things we can find that really help the brand understand, am I connecting with my consumers? How is the quality of video inventory? Well, I think in general, it's a lot more transparent than it was. So at least we're starting to understand what it's all about. But there's still a lot of situations where you buy a video ad and there's 3 videos on the page, or you buy a video ad thinking that it's before content, and really it's a standalone ad unit that just plays automatically. And I'm not saying there's not any value to that, but it's certainly not the same value as if you're before content, because the user doesn't necessarily have to see it. It doesn't hit play to watch it. So there's a different value equation, and it's important for buyers and sellers to understand that, so that we can establish these standards. So we're really working hard on getting those metrics into the marketplace. We acquired a company about a year ago called Vnome out of Virginia in the US, and their specialty is looking at video, understanding the content. First of all, what's the kind of content about? Is it brand safe? What category is it about? And then everything about the video stream itself. And that's something that we're just putting into our product now, and I think it's going to really help the industry in that way. Because everyone wants to buy quality inventory, and there's definitely a high demand, but we got to make sure that quality is quality, and that's our job, and we're focused on it.